Hi, my name is Ahmed, and in this tutorial I'll be walking you through how to find duplicates in a dataset on MySQL workbench. Now I have already created my database named company and is currently active under the schema list. So if I expand my database, I have a base table named staff. So under the table you see staff, good. And the task is finding duplicates in the staff table. And I'll be adopting this syntax to solve these tasks, and the sequence is as follows. So first I have the select statement. So inside of the select statement, I want to specify the number of columns to return in the result set, and I also want to return an aggregate column which specifies the number of times each record exists in the dataset. So the next is the from keyword. So all of these information in the select statement, I want to pull them from the staff table. So next is group by clause, which will group together the data based on the column specified as contained in the select statement. So followed by having clause as opposed to where clause. Having clause is normally introduced when you want to compute for an aggregate column. And the aggregate column here is the count column, and count is an aggregate function. And do not forget this comparison operator here, greater than 1. We are having it here because we want to fetch duplicates from the dataset. So now that we have the sequence to follow for this task, let me call up our base table so we can have a visual of the dataset we are working on. So these are data sets. We have 5 fields and about 17 records. So now let's so if you examine the database critically, take note, John Williams is appearing twice in this data set. We have it here and here, and also Michael Miller is appearing twice here and here. So in our results set following this sequence, we should have our output to be John Williams and Michael Miller as the duplicates in the data set. So now let's write a block of code. So following this syntax, so first is select. So I want to return all the columns in data set, and I represent that by asterisk, comma, the aggregate column count. So I'm pulling those data from the staff table. I'm giving the staff table an alias x. So I represent x here, x dot. So I want to give the count column an alias. Let me just say count appearance. So the next sequence is group by. So now remember, you're grouping by based on the column specified as contained in the select statement. So in the select statement, we are returning all the columns because of this asterisk here. So I would identify each of these columns as contained in the data set. Employee ID, employee name. The next is employee age. This is employee salary. This is tax number. So the next in the sequence is having clause, having count greater than 1. So this, if I execute this line of code, it should fetch me duplicate records in the data set. So let me execute them. So now I have John Williams and Michael Miller appearing 2 times. You can see a column name for the aggregate column is count appearance because I've given it an alias, another name as count appearance. So for the columns passed into the group by clause, instead of writing out these column names in full, you can also represent them in numbers. So now employee ID is the first column. You can represent that by 1. Employee name, second column by 2. Employee age, third column the list. Salary 4. Tax 5. So if I execute this code again, it should provide me the same output. So let's execute. I have the same output. So say for instance you want to return all the records in the data set, and you want to have information of the account appearances, whether appearing once or twice. So what we do is that this comparison operator greater than will become greater than or equals to 1. So if I execute this, I will have all records in data sets with specification of the count appearances. So let me execute. Yes, good. You can see I have all the records. Yes, 5 fields and 16 records. So you can see John Williams twice and Mikey Miller twice as well, and every other records appearing just once. So that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and do not forget, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, as it encourages me to produce more of this tutorial. Thank you.